Which anything happens on the runway will stay on the runway and miss the tow plane. Anything below 200 feet, we got to land straight ahead. Anything above 200 feet, then we're high enough to turn around and come back to the runway.
Okay.
Above about 500 feet, we can go land just about anywhere we want to. All right?
All right.
If you're all set, you can
thumbs up.
Yeah, he's gonna straighten us out here a little bit. All right, and you can give him a thumbs up and the wings go level. And then when we're fully ready, I start wagging the rudder like so. And we're gonna try and stay right on the center line with our wings as level as possible. We start getting some airspeed. We'll lift off before he does. And we stay just above the runway until he starts flying. And then we try and stay even with him. So I want to try and get his wheels to be just above the horizon, or just like he's looking like he's touching down. And the horizon is where the sky meets the ground. So right around there. And I want to be right behind him. So here we're coming up on 200 feet. So from this point on, we could actually turn around and make it back to the runway in case anything happened. Good. If he gets up high in a thermal like that, then sooner or later we're going to hit the same thermal and pop up and get back to the same altitude as him, but we got to make small corrections. And I'm just trying to basically maintain the same bank angle as he has. And when he starts banking one way or the other, I'm going to bank with him and we'll turn at the same path.
All right.
Well, the sky's starting to look really good for soaring. All these little cumulus clouds.
Yeah.
It's usually there's thermals under each one of these things. So we're coming up on 395. You live in the area, right?
Yeah, let me put them.
All right. So there's 395. We're coming up on. See on the right and the left.
Yeah.
This is about as far east as we want to go when we're in the glider until we start flying cross country or something. Then you know where Lake Walter is?
No.
It's that big lake up here past the Lowe's and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's as far north as we'd want to go. See where the airport's still?
Yeah. Do that.
And you got some,
I want to do a follow traffic on final 10 flight.
then you got a bunch of big green fields off to the west of the airport over there. And then way out there you can see another white building kind of in the middle of the trees right now.
Yeah.
That's as far west as we'd want to go.
Okay.
And then back behind the wing back there, you can start to see another white roof. That's a Walmart back there, and that's about as far south as we'd want to go. All right, so now we're above 1,000 feet, so you can put your hands and your feet on the flight controls, your right hand and your feet, and you can follow along with me. And I'm basically just matching his bank angle. If he banks, I banks. And our nose wants to be on the outside wing of the turn, and then once he rolls level, we roll level, and we should be pretty much right behind him. And we want to keep him right on the horizon. If he gets low, then we push forward just slightly. If we do it too aggressively, we get a big slack in the rope. See how he just bumped up really high?
Yeah.
Feel how we're bumping now? He always gets into turbulence before we do.
Yeah, he's ahead of us.
Yeah, because he's ahead of us. So a lot of times, whatever happens to him is going to happen to us in a second. So we don't really have to correct a whole lot. So you can see, if you got your feet on the pedals, every time I put a little bit of left or right, you can feel the pedal move at the same time, right?
Yeah.
If I don't do that, watch that yaw string. See how it goes out to the sides and how the nose swings back and forth, but it's swinging in the wrong direction. So you have left aileron, it swings to the right aileron, it swings to the left. That's why you got to have the rudders to coordinate the turns. Otherwise you're just fighting yourself, especially in a glider, because the wings are so long. All right, there's 2,000 feet above the ground, so we got another 1,000 feet to go to our release altitude. We're also always looking for air traffic. So we got this nice big canopy, you can see it all around you. We know there's two other gliders up here flying somewhere, so we got to keep an eye out for them. If the parachute jumpers were jumping, we'd be keeping an eye out for them. I haven't seen them at all yet today for some reason. But always looking for airplanes, because it's our responsibility as pilots to make sure we see and avoid any other obstacles, airplanes, birds, anything like that. Yeah. We're lucky, we're the only CAP operation that actually gets to fly formation like this, and that's only because we have to. That's the only way the gliders can get in the air that we use out here anyways is aerotow operation.
Not the red glider.
Where is he?
The big white one.
Yeah.
Is that a special glider?
Yeah, that's a fiberglass glider. That's a really high performance.
Okay.
And so a lot of times he'll take off and he'll be gone for 3-4 hours, you know, flying all over Connecticut, up into Massachusetts, Rhode Island. Yep. He likes to go down, and they have what's called a convergence front, where you get a sea breeze coming in from the water, and it creates a lot of lift. And he likes going and flying down along the coastline like that. And he'll fly hundreds of miles in a day with no motor. Pretty cool. He'll go over underneath some of these clouds and get lift and be able to climb up.
Hey, Phil, all you doing on the call? You need a break?
And then go fly to the next one and climb up, and then go fly to the next one. Alright, we're coming up on 3,000 feet, so we're going to be doing a right turn. So you're going to look to the right, make sure there's no traffic out there, don't see any gliders.
Okay. Then I'll call for the rest of the day.
And we're in the right position on the glider, and you can go ahead and pull the release.
Right now?
Yep. See the rope coil up?
Yep.
And he's going to go off to the left. We're going off to the right. And we'll straighten out. And you can pick a cloud out there that you want to go to. I'm going to lift the nose up just a little bit, probably about right here. And as we slow down, I want you to pull that trim lever again. All right, and keep the nose just about this amount of space below the horizon, and just try and keep the wings nice and level, heading for that cloud. These guys so loud. So if the left wing goes down and you want to go straight, a little bit of right aileron, right rudder.
Traffic arrow, 562 3 mile final, runway 6.
And if the right wing goes down, a little bit of the left. Alright, so your nose is a little bit further below the horizon. That's why we're doing 55. And if you bring it back up, see how it slows down on the airspeed?
Alright.
So that's how you control your airspeed in a glider, by changing the pitch attitude. Alright? Now we're going to try some turns. And we're going to do about 20-degree bank turns. And as we start to increase our angle of bank, you're going to have to increase the back pressure on the stick, meaning pulling back on the stick, because we're using some of the lift that's keeping us up in the air to turn. So you got to increase it to keep the nose from falling down. So before we turn, we're going to do a left turn first. You look out to the left to make sure that there's no traffic out there, looking for any airplanes, gliders. And then we'll start by banking the airplane to the left aileron, left rudder. See how the nose drops a little bit? Just bring the nose back up to about where it was before. And if you get too much bank, you just do a little bit of opposite aileron, opposite rudder. Just like that. Ooh, you're actually getting a little bit of a climb right there too. See that? See how that variometer is saying we're going up right now? And that's how gliders soar. Alright, let's do another left turn the same way we just did it. And just keep the nose nice, same distance under the horizon. If it drops down, a little more back pressure. A little more back pressure. There you go. You get it too high above the horizon, you slow down too much, and you can start buffeting just before a stall. Alright, now let's try and do a right-hand turn about 20 degrees of bank. Make sure there's no traffic. A little more rudder, here you go. You see the tow plane down there below us, see him? Right over here.
Oh yeah.
He's way down there. Alright, let's try and do a little bit steeper bank turn, either to the left or the right. Just look which way you're going to go. Make sure there's no traffic, like that Pawnee or whatever. And then we'll start turning a little bit steeper. The steeper your bank angle, the more back pressure you got to add to keep the nose up. See how the nose is starting to drop?
Yeah.
Pull back on the stick. There you go. Keep it about the same distance under the horizon as when you're flying straight and level. Very good. Now level out. And then we'll try one to the right. Take a peek out to the right, make sure there's no traffic. Good. A little more right rudder. See how the string's way out? The yaw string right in front of you?
Yeah.
There you go. A little more bank angle. Keep turning. Keep turning. Alright, good. You know where the airport is?
Right there.
Alright, that's always good. Got to know where it's at. You can't glide to it if you don't know where it's at. Alright, so we'll keep on flying. We're actually going to get a longer flight than everybody else because we keep getting lift. See that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna help you with this. See, this is a pretty good thermal. I'm gonna turn into this thermal. And remember, the steeper the bank angle, the more back pressure we gotta need.
How do you know it's a good thermal? You just check this?
Yeah, you check that every once in a while. You can feel it a little bit. Feel how we're starting to get lifted right now?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna fly straight just a little bit so we get in the middle of this thermal. Feel it pushing up, feel it pushing up. There we go. Then I'll start turning again. Then we slow down to our min sync speed, which is 45.
Our what speed?
Our minimum sync speed, remember, it's the slowest that we sink through the air.
Okay.
And that's 45 miles an hour with two of us in here. And so now we're climbing in this thermal. And that's what gliders do. They are always trying to find these invisible thermals in the air so that they can climb up higher and soar far distances or stay up as long as they can. You can tell this side's a little stronger. See how it's up to almost 500 feet a minute right now?
Yeah.
So I go a little bit straight to center that thermal, and then we turn right back into the thermal again. All right, so you keep it in this bank angle and see where the nose is above the horizon. Yeah. Keep it about that same, and don't let the bank angle change. Just keep us in this turn. We'll see if you can keep us in the thermal. Got a little bit out of this side, so we'll go a little bit less bank. There we go. Look at that, 500 feet a minute you're climbing right now. We're almost back up to our initial release altitude. Pretty amazing, right?
Yeah.
So glider pilots are always if you look straight ahead and up to the right, look at that cloud. See the red glider up there?
Yeah.
You see him?
Yeah.
So he's used thermals to get up that high. He released at the same altitude about we're at about right now. So you can usually thermal right up to these clouds. Fly straight for a little bit, just pick a cloud and just fly straight to it, and you can bring the nose down to about yeah, a little bit lower below the horizon, and we'll speed up to about 55 miles an hour, and that's what speed we approach the land at. So nose a little bit lower, hold it right there, let the airspeed catch up to you because it lags a little bit. See how it slowly accelerates? See how the nose is coming back up now? That'll start slowing you down. There you go. And once you get it pointed down there, you can retrim it. See how if you let go, that spring pressure pulls it back up?
Yeah.
So put the nose where you want it, Hold it there until you get to that speed, and then pull that trim lever. See how it doesn't pull up as bad?
Yeah.
That's what that trim lever does. So best L over D is 50 to 55 in this thing, and this is the speed that you'd fly to try and get to another airport or get to another thermal without losing as much altitude. Then sink is the minimum amount of sink through the air, but you don't get as far. Best L over D gets you the furthest, but you sink faster because we're going down faster. Alright, let's do a 180-degree turn back the other direction. Either direction, whichever way you want to go, make sure you look. Alright, I'm going to start doing a before landing checklist, and we do that using the acronym STAL. Just like when you stall a glider. And stall is, S is for speed, so we want to be doing 55, so make sure you're keeping 55. T is for trim, and you're already trimmed for 55. A is for air brake, so I'm going to open this air brake, and we'll look out at each wing, and you can see how the air brake's open, die brakes. See the other one?
Yep.
We want to check to make sure they both open, and then we can close it until we need it again. L is for look, so we're looking at the runway, making sure that the runway is clear or that there's no traffic coming out on it.
Yeah.
And then the last L is for land. So that makes finishing the checklist really easy. Alright, let's do one 360-degree turn. Let's do it to the right. So look to the right. Do a nice turn. Oh man, you keep getting this lift. You're cheating. You're going to be a good glider pilot.